Welcome to the conversation part of the Upper Bowl podcast. We have like one of the OG of OG guests of the Upper Bowl podcast. I haven't had him on in forever. By my mistake, I apologize. He's the host of Fourth and Jawn podcast of Evan Hearns, Prime, and so many more other people that contribute to the podcast. He's the co-founder of it. He did it with E-Rock forever. I'd like to welcome back to the podcast. Gayle may hurt me whenever he sees me again, whenever we go to a tailgate again. Maybe strangle me because he hasn't been on this podcast a while, but I'd like to welcome back to the pod Gayle Saunders. Gayle, how are we doing today, by the way, on this beautiful day?
I'm doing great, man. I mean, it's draft season.
It is.
I'm in the I'm gonna be honest, like the Super Bowl run took a lot out of me. Like
oh yeah.
I was down at the Senior Bowl trying to scout players, and I was like, we're going to the Super Bowl. We're gonna win the Super Bowl. I was a little it set me back a little bit, but it's a good problem to have as a two-time Super Bowl champion.
I will say this: I might have taken one for the team because I went to Dallas a couple times to do a little sage action. Maybe that'll help out the Eagles win a Super Bowl. I can say I did my job, so I'd like to contribute that because I think the Eagles haven't won there since 2017, and the Eagles won there this year. So I did not go to the game, but I had my presence around that stadium anyways.
Okay. I like to hear that.
Yes. So, Gayle, I know there's a lot of rules and new other stuff. Could we talk about? I think the one thing we me and you and Duncan, we all want to talk about is the tush push being tabled. Jeff Lurie had the greatest quotas all time. We don't like the QB sneak how it is because you get speared and stuff. What were your thoughts when he said that? And do you feel like NFL media and other teams are taking that seriously? Would you say?
Like I really feel like for a minute I was like, all right, the tush push is here to stay.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you start hearing Goodell getting involved and that it's tabled, it means that they're pretty much trying to gather up more votes. And I feel like, I know Adam Schefter had mentioned, kind of hinted at it, that it could be days could be numbered. But at the end of the day, it comes down to the players. I mean, we have the offensive line that's been dominant. You've seen what it looks like with Saquon Barkley behind it. You see what, there's not a lot of quarterbacks out there that with the leg drive of Jalen Hurts. I mean, you had a couple pushes behind. I guess if they're trying to like remove that from the equation, it's still going to be a successful play. But I think it could be days could be numbered.
Okay. I want to make sure I was not the only one because I was viewing it from I look at it as a local and also like an outsider too, trying to have like eyes on fire. Like I don't like how it's revolved on the entire offense. Like if you can do like modifications to it, I think it'd be way cooler, Like especially I always go back to the Jacksonville games. Like we could have modified a few things. I think you've been cool, like it'd be a cool trick play all the time,
But I do think, everyone's able to do this play, and no one has done it as successfully as us. So, it's something that we do in practice. I say we as like I'm on the team, but they practice. But again, you got the quad fathers in the building now with A.J. Dillon and Saquon Barkley. It's going to be a problem. Short yardage is going to be a problem regardless. So you want to stop the tush push, then we will bring the quad fathers.
Definitely, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. Is there anything that jumped out during the meetings with the rule changes that sort of says, whoa, we need to pay attention to this year, or pretty much just, business as usual?
Well, I think the use of technology with the first down marker, I thought that was interesting. I think because, as you become an OG, you start
we
thinking
all
about,
are in this group anyway.
You just remember the chain gang? Like,
right.
That's so part of football. Like that could be like an afterthought after in the next following years where they're relying on. The technology is the technology. We've seen plays. I remember, I forget what game was the Cowboys. It was like a short yardage play, and it came out with
card.
No
card. It was a Sunday night game against the Raiders.
I was like, really? With the technology we have these days, we should be able to get things pinpoint accurate. I think that was interesting. Just thinking from just being an OG, just thinking about like the game is changing so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna say,
always
just
go by when I saw like that they were going to do the Hawkeye thing. It's like how is that going to work? Is it going to be like tennis almost when they go to the replay? Like when you have to challenge a spot, like are they going to show a spot on the board? Like, hey, you see tennis when it's like, is it in or out?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I think they should use this technology. I mean, I could still I could say that for more things on the field. Like, I think every play should be instant replay should be 100% correct. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I mean, the NFL they should take that out of the um, coach's hand, like the challenges and stuff. I feel like every play should just be corrected, especially in these big games and with games on the line. Like NFL just has to get it right.
Definitely, for sure. I think the big thing I go by, like the replay is one thing. I feel I liked it what it was. I want to see what we can improve on. I just don't want to be like the 2019 season when we were challenging for pass interference.
Yeah.
You don't want that to be like every play, like you would challenge, like, oh, pass interference was there.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing about the rules about the tampering, the legal
Mm-hmm.
tampering, which is interesting. So now they can talk to a couple players during that time. That's kind of interesting because you think about the Barkley situation.
Mm.
yeah.
I actually got shit on by all the Miami people down here for that.
What's that?
I got shit on by all the Miami people. Like that was in the works already. I was like, and like you guys weren't going to sign him anyway, so stop it.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I mean, we've gotten a lot of hate with Saquon Barkley just being him, this offense and him being a juggernaut. Just everyone's trying to stop the process,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, some changes on the offensive line for the Eagles this year. Is it going to be stout plug and play, or will we look in the draft for someone?
I mean, I think you have to really hone into the idea of Stalin University and what that is. As Tyler Steen, I think he's penciled in, and again, last year he was penciled in. I think the situation with Mekhi Becton, I felt like it just fell into our laps.
Right.
I think he's going to get a shot. I think Kenyon Green is a reclamation project, but I think if you look at Eagles pre-draft visits, he's a guy that they visited with. So if you always look at the Eagles in the past history, any guy that's on that list will usually they'll sniff at once they get an opportunity to get those said players. But I do think there's guys that you could draft. I mean, if Tyler Booker from Alabama fell into your lap back into the draft, I think it could be a set it and forget it type player if they're looking to go offensive line. But I do think Tyler Steen has to get a shake at some point.
Yeah,
for sure. Totally agree with that. I think the big thing I've noticed, like one thing I when I look at these two picks, I looked up the Mel Kiper mock draft. They're taking a linebacker from Tennessee. I feel like that last pick is always a second round pick. Would you be surprised if like Howie wants to trade out of that? Would you say?
It kind of deterred my idea of traveling to Green Bay for the draft. I was like, yeah, like sitting in, if you've never been to the draft in the first round and sat in the pit to wait for a pick and be at number 32 and then trade back, that would be a long day for nothing. So I'm not going to Green Bay, I don't think. But because I do feel like where the grades are at in the draft, I say anywhere from like 25 to like I'd say 40-ish.
32.
There's kind of like a lot of 1-2 grades, guys that could be either depending on what team, but teams could see these guys as like second round picks. So if you could potentially move back, especially with the Giants, the Giants needing a quarterback, if they don't go quarterback early, trying to get that fifth year option, or the Saints looking to move up if they don't get a quarterback early. Eagles are in a good spot, and this is where Howie being Howie is holding a QB needy team. You hold that pick ransom from a little extra spice. It'd be interesting.
I think I view that like when you look at the Giants who need a quarterback. I know I will say this: the Giants never take brothers as quarterbacks. You know what I mean? They never do.
I've been saying that for a while.
I know. I've been we've been saying it down here as well in Miami. Would you be shocked if they get the Shador Sanders? I feel like they need a juice of like excitement, and I also love the Eagles Giants. Right? I would like to beat up on Shador Sanders a little bit.
One of my best friends is a Giants fan, and we talk about this all the time. And he's totally on the Cam Ward train for years.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he thinks that he's not getting him, I think we're all in the same mindset of like picking the best available player. I think I've heard Thibodeau is not. I think I'm not sure how sold they are on Thibodeau.
Yeah,
as the future. You bring in if Carter's in your lap, take him. Travis Hunter's there, take him because you definitely need a wide receiver and you definitely need cornerback. So So I mean, if I was them, I would wait.
Okay, because I've had delusional Giant fans down here like we're gonna wait for Arch Manning, and I look at them, just stop being delusional for real.
Well, those Mannings, they force their way into QB spots, so they're like, we're not playing them for anybody.
It is the mafia. I call them the Manning family mafia for a reason. They find a way to get to any big market, and then we have to talk about them for 20 years, and leads to my famous rant of Eli Manning being the worst average 500 at best quarterback who should wait 5 years to get the Hall of Fame or not make the Hall of Fame.
It's Hall of Famer Eli Manning, man. Hall of Famer Eli Manning.
I was having that conversation last week. I was like, is he a Hall of Famer with the numbers?
Yes.
And two Super Bowl
Come
wins?
on, Eli. Come on.
No,
I want him to Kenny Stabler could be in there. Eli Manning can be in there.
Yeah, I mean, that's
rest my case.
I want him to wait 5 years because I was around Giant fans growing up and I had to deal with all of them. And I want them to just be miserable pricks for 5 years that he's not in the Hall of Fame. I'd rather take Darren Woodson in the Hall of Fame than Eli Manning.
I mean, yeah. I mean, look how long it's taken Eric Allen to get in.
Yeah.
No kidding.
So make Eli wait, okay?
Let's make
Eli wait a little bit.
What are you surprised about the new overtime rules? How they're going with like both teams will have an opportunity to possess? Why don't we just go to the college rule? Just go no time on the clock and just go.
I hate the college rule.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I just feel like they're extra stats too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like the stats are tainted these days. Like,
thank you.
I really think can we hold anything sacred these days?
Nope.
But I do think it's just that it's an offensive minded league. I think when it's set the other way, it's like, bro, your defense better step up, or your special teams better step up to make plays. And now it's like, like your offense gets a shot to do it. I think I'd rather see it the way it is. I mean, some people would just like, oh, my offense was well. That's not the way that the coin was tossed in your favor. Like that's just it. But then you're like, as an OG, like that's just football, but it's changing.
Yeah, so I feel like we're losing our like that's just football mantra of our us OGs, and these little kids are like,
I had a concussion, I played through it. Like
I use a smelling salt to get myself back concussed anyways.
It's nothing to brag about, because like all my friends are like, we played through. I'm like, bro, it's different. The league, everything is different. So like, maybe we're the ones with the problems.
Yeah, it's us. We're the problem.
We're the concussion uncles over here. Okay.
Shout out to Taylor.
Out of one thing we talked about on this pod was like a lot of the new flexing rules for games and stuff. How like you were able to flex Thursday Night Football. Do you like that at all, or do you like? Because I feel like it ruins the game, like the quality of the game a lot. Like you can choose a team from Sunday to be on Thursday Night Football now.
I mean, I kind of hate it as a guy who plans tailgates around Eagle games. So telling me last minute that it's going to be, I'm like, well, it sucks. I mean, I do like night games for me. So I mean, that part, like, if we're flexing to a night game, I'm like, cool. But if it's like, at the end of the, I mean, it's all about ratings, and again, it goes back to they don't really care about anything but the money and the eyeballs and the dollars. So that's the NFL. We got to suck it up, it sucks.
The only night games I like is the West Coast Sunday Night Football game now. because I did
Yeah.
Sunday night Eagles Rams this past year. I'm looking at myself like I'd rather do Sunday night football for an Eagle game on the West Coast than do it back up north, anyways.
I was in Seattle when that game got pushed to Monday, and I'm like, dude, like I gotta. And I love Seattle, by the way. Seattle was surprising for me. It was a great trip. I want to go back, but having to pay extra money.
Yep.
I'm talking all those Eagle fans that were out there had to pay extra money for a game, and then the way they lost, it was like double
whammy, man.
Double whammy.
Double whammy, man. That hurts. Yep. Yeah, the extended days, moving days. Like I said, they're gonna follow the dollar. They're gonna put the the coin in the pocket and stuff like that. But the residual stuff that falls down to the fan that's there in town, it gets pushed out and pushed out and pushed out, and you either be like, all right, I'm done, I'm leaving, or you said your spot, you got to eat the cost. And there's never going to be a like, hey, NFL fans, here's a couple dollars because you had to stay longer because the game got flexed.
Flights,
cover your flights, cover your hotel. They're like, no, that's all right. Don't worry about it. Just show up. Show up.
That was an extra G.
Yeah, sure was. Yeah, easily, right? Just that's all that like they saw the trip insurance stuff like that. Like, all right, now I want trip insurance on this stuff. You know what I mean?
I actually had a problem when that hurricane in Tampa hit. I lost my hotel because of they lost everything. They got flooded and shit. And I was like, I have to drive over for the game, and I literally left at 24-0, and it was like I saw enough anyways.
That was my worst game experience in my life.
Did you get someone? I had someone throw beer at me actually at that game.
Really?
Tampa fan. Yeah, I had a Tampa fan just threw beer at me. He was a Giant fan too, and I looked at the dude like, I'm done. And
I had Tampa fans badgering me. They're like, yeah, you're roasted in the sun, aren't you? You can't take it. You tough guy from Philly.
That
I tell them this, like, I live in Fort Lauderdale. You can't handle the October heat as well either.
Yo, I lasted 1 quarter in the seat.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm out. Need a drink.
Speaking of lasting 1 quarter, just talks about Tampa. Like until they host another Super Bowl, they have to do renovations. Do you see them doing like what they did in Miami with that cool like roof and stuff, or no?
I mean, they need to. I mean, again, this is a conversation I had like 2 weeks ago with someone that we were talking about Tampa and their advantage with that stadium.
Miami too, also
that time of season. I mean, I think just not just players alone, because everyone's like, oh, I can't believe we got smoked like that. I'm like, I'm talking about the fans. Yep. They didn't show on video the 60 or passed out fans like in the sides of the stadium with like EMT workers all over the place. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, that was bad.
I think they should change some stuff.
Like, would you do like the canopy, or would you just like what I would say, just blow that motherfucker up and just put do a cool dome and stuff?
Well, I mean, you think of. I mean, they should do a dome. There's a lot of money in Tampa.
Tons of money.
They ain't funding the new ballpark
enough for
the baseball team.
Taxes are low down there. Come on, man.
Yeah, talk to the Rays, man. They're fighting
what taxes? We have no fix a roof.
Yeah, like it's like I mean, they won a Super Bowl in the past decade. Like, there's money down there. Like, get a new stadium.
Like that area, you have space to build another building, anyways.
And your tailgating scene sucks.
Agree. At least it's grass.
Roads getting to and from that place are horrible.
Pavement.
Terrible scene down there.
Yeah, terrible commute to get to that place too.
At least you're not Miami and you have your cars get on fire after a tailgate. When I showed you that 2 years ago, my first year down here.
Oh my god!
It's time to move back, man.
It's time to move back. Come on back. Come back home.
I'm gonna be honest with you,
come back home.
I kind of like traveling, not just rooting for my team and media down in areas that people hate me. It's kind of fun, actually. So
okay.
It's kind of
the heel. I got
it. Someone's got to be the heel. America needs a good heel, anyways. So that's what I like. When John Cena turned heel, America's happy about it.
Yep.
Since uniforms, alternate and throwback uniforms can be worn more frequently, do you think the Eagles are going to bring back the white Kelly Green throwbacks? You think?
That would be nice. Those are super clean.
Mm-hmm.
Can you? I mean, if they bring it on the road,
yes,
that would be interesting. I mean,
I feel like you should be a throwback rule. If the home team's wearing a throwback uniform, you have to wear a throwback.
I'm a big fan of the. I wore the white Cunningham.
Ooh, nice
for a while.
Nice.
It's kind of a flex because it's like you're going to get this thing dirty.
Oh yeah.
That's
So
right.
like you're like, I'm all out here in the white.
It's going down. It's happening.
Definitely. I always feel like when you look down here, like some teams have like the white throwbacks. Is like the Dolphins brought back their white throwback a couple years ago. Tampa as their orange creamsicle throwbacks. They probably want to bring the white ones. I just look at it as like you kind of need to bring back some teams should bring back their throwbacks immediately.
But if no one's learned from the University of Oregon about uniforms and what they mean, and like Devontae Smith said, why is Oregon your favorite team? He said because of the uniforms. And that like they have some swaggy uniforms.
Yeah,
now, I have a love for Oregon just because of that. Not Chip Kelly,
Right?
not Chip Kelly, just the uniforms. Okay.
Or the limited edition Jordans that everybody wants to grab anyways.
I'm saying this is what it comes down to. Like you look good, you feel good, you play good.
Yeah. Amen. That's right.
So, and it's more money in the pockets of every owner. Like, stop moving the games around and get us more uniforms.
We'll buy swag, man. We'll buy swag. Give me the merch.
But not feeling the city edition of the Phillies.
Like the Phillies City Connect jersey?
Like
Try that with the Eagles, that blue and
it looks
yellow.
like
Green.
It looks like a softball uni that like Duncan Dad and
It's a softball team, man. Come on.
Well, what would be cool is if all the teams in each city wore the same City Connect jersey.
There you go. Just different name. Box letters on the front.
Like Flyers version, the Eagles version.
There you go.
Sixers version. And I'm on to something.
There you go.
Could we put you as
What are those?
head of Nike director and stuff for baseball and stuff?
I'm trying.
City Connect Color Rush jerseys. You heard it here first.
Do the deal.
I mean, if the Sixers, if the NBA can do that with the floor.
Oh yeah.
I mean, come on.
That'd be fire.
I mean, they have to do anything they can do to get anyone to watch the Sixers game now. So.
Yeah, they find a team.
That includes the Heat games too. At least bring back the old Vice jerseys. You're good to go. People will buy stuff again.
Are you a Heat fan? Are you a Heat fan now?
No, I've called out the organization and I've had a few PR calls telling me to shut the fuck up, Trevor. Stop with this New York bullshit.
Calls from corporate. You work for us.
Just throw on a Harold Miner throwback. You'll be right.
There you go, baby Jordan.
You know what I really would rather wear? A Larry Johnson Nick jersey and just piss off all the locals down here. The LJ. Or a Patrick Ewing jersey.
Just Alonzo Mourning.
Alonzo Mourning, Georgetown, then we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Alonzo Mourning. Pride of Deep Creek. Andy River High School. Virginia.
What do you think of Cam Ward, actually? Since I covered him this year, watched a lot of his games because I produced a lot of the Miami Hurricanes football games this year. Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy his run in college football this year?
I did, actually. Shout out to my boy Chris Malley, who was with Fourth and Jawn for a while before he started scouting, and we talked heavily about Cam Ward. We're talking about 5 years ago, 4 years. 4 years ago, when he was at Washington State, and it was like he goes, Cam Ward is going to be the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft.
There you go.
And I'm like Cam Ward. And the fact now we're here, fast forward, and the potential of him being picked number 1 overall, like he did a lot of work with his family and worked with them closely, and just to see him where he's at now, I've enjoyed the come up.
Do you think he's going to a bad situation in Tennessee since they have no direction at head coach or anything really there?
I think if he's the next Steve McNair, that would be a great situation. I mean, some people they like his moxie. I think you're gonna have to have someone fluid, who's got some ability to, do some off scripted things. I think he. I mean, I like his makeup though.
I do too. I just don't like him going to Titans. That's a problem.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's not the best situation.
No, I like if you went to the Giants, I'd be like, okay, this will be entertaining. Or if you went to like Vegas, it'll be I think you can learn from a reasonable head coach. I feel Joe Callahan's gonna get fired in the next couple of years, honestly.
Well, I mean, with his leadership, I'm hoping to see that like players revolve around him.
Mm-hmm.
You have to build culture somehow.
Yeah.
I think if he's a guy that drives that culture in your
There you go.
locker room, I think that's what it's all about. Like, do players want to play for you?
Yeah,
and
I
play.
feel like I think it's the biggest thing right now, anyways, in the NFL. It's almost like NBA-ish almost.
Yeah, I mean, just talking about some of the players that actually tried to, were transferring to Miami because of that situation. That Damian Martinez, like he played with Oregon State. The players want to play with Cam.
Yeah.
So
in a market that people really care about the Kings, not the fucking Dolphins, anyways. That is a true fact, by the way.
Dolphins player. I mean, the Canes got players out here getting drafted this year.
Do you like Xavier Restrepo at all?
Actually, great kid. I actually interviewed him down at the Senior Bowl.
Nice.
Very, I was calling him. I said, "You look like a QB's best friend out there." People are gonna. All the talk is about his testing numbers, and but as a slot player, he had a great Senior Bowl down there. I mean, he put up numbers at Miami. It's just a matter of where teams feel, with the athleticism. But again, great. I sat next to his family down at the Senior Bowl.
Okay.
It was just cool to see the support system he talks about. But yeah, we'll see.
Michael. A lot of times, if you watch, Michael Irvin has been always in down there all the time. So he's learned a few things from Michael Irvin, the right things, not the wrong things, at least.
Yeah, I mean he's a big believer in his his faith, and he's very. I interview a lot of prospects, and when you get a good interview and you leave the interview being like, wow,
yeah,
like he gets it,
Because I was around the Canes a lot, and that was probably like whenever we had a Xavier Restrepo interview, I always listened to it before we aired it. I was like, this dude's a good dude. Anyways, I hope I want him to go to a good situation. I can root for the guy. Anyways, if he goes to Eagles, mazel tov.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that.
We'll see about that. Jalen, you watch Jalen Rivers? He's also like one of the offensive linemen. Did you see him at all?
I didn't actually. I'm a more skilled.
Okay.
Watching the skill position. Then I normally go back and watch the linemen later. It's hard to watch. Have you guys been to Senior Bowls?
No, I have not.
No Senior Bowl.
You have to. This is a must do for your football. Football lives. It's one thing you have to. It's a great opportunity.
Definitely, for sure. We'll definitely. I think we may have to do a road trip because I know Duncan Dad went to the Super Bowl this year in New Orleans. Anyway,
flex.
Huge flex.
How's the bank account?
Nice. I think Angel went to the Senior Bowl. I think he did. Yeah, it was nice.
So.
It was a good time. It was a good time. This is basically a top of the draft talent, right? Mm-hmm. That's where it's going to be. Everything else is we're just going to fall in place. Best player available, or like you said, make the moves. It's GM. Maybe stockpile some picks for next year. Nothing crazy jumping off the board at you, right?
For the Eagles, or just in general.
Yeah, for the Eagles.
For Eagles. In general,
I mean, you can run across both. Yeah.
I mean the top. For me, I just think for this draft, it's like if you want, defensive line help, this is the draft. Mm-hmm. Like we're talking interior, we're talking edge, we're talking about like anywhere from, I'd say it's probably going to be 30 players that are drafted in the first couple rounds that are, defensive edge and interior. Everyone's talking about Abdul Carter, but I think James Pierce Jr. also, there's players that have like skill sets that are like they have the traits. If you're talking about traits, Shamar Stewart from Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
he performed at the combine like Myles Garrett, but his production was, 4.5 sacks in his career.
Right.
So you're looking at traits versus production sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, and I think what you said earlier, I was going to say to what you said earlier that a lot of these guys have these attributes, have the traits, perform well at the combine, you show out the Senior Bowl, but going to position and going to a team to actually just afford them the opportunity to really perform to their highest level, that's a big change for them as well. So
yeah, I mean, there's some guys like Mike Green, both Mike Green and Shamar Stewart kind of blew up the combine. I'm not combine, the Senior Bowl. Well, Mike Green with the allegations, could he drop? So he's a pretty much mystery, in terms of where people see him. He had to transfer from Virginia to Marshall because of his situation. So he had an allegation in high school and then college. So, I mean, he's a big question mark. But in terms of late round edges, I think Zaraku from Boston College, he's a guy who I don't think is. I mean, for fans and NFL media moving up draft boards, I think Zaraku from Boston College, I think he's pretty smooth. I think he's going to be a back end of the first guy. I think, and then I think Michael Williams from Georgia will be a probably mid-round edge. And then I think if you need QBs, I think this is the draft where it's kind of, I think evaluators are all over the place on QBs. Like if you want to wait, is Jackson Dart the prospect everyone's talking about from Ole Miss as a back end guy if you're not on the Sanders train. But and then if running backs, it's like it's I'm a big fan of not drafting running backs in the first round. But Ashton Genty from Boise State is rocked up. But I mean, I think he's one of the guys that you could draft in the top 10 and feel good about it. Marion Hampton from North Carolina would probably be the other running back.
He's been linked to the Cowboys in mock drafts I've seen, by the way, the North Carolina running back.
Go ahead, draft a running back. I mean, I want teams to draft that I hate. Yeah. I want them to draft running backs, and
for sure,
you got to build that. You got to build that lineup. It's all about trenches.
I have a few Cowboy people I know that's like, oh, we want Gentry. Like, no, you need is an offensive lineman, and the people down here who cover Dolphins like Ashton Genty, if he's available, definitely draft him. Like, you have no offensive line. What are you guys talking about for real? Like, you guys don't know football.
And again, I mean, like, it's not the sexiest thing, but if you look at the way the Eagles are built through the trenches, this is how you do it. And then you have to have a guy like Stoutland who has his own university in Philadelphia, and then you could just plug and play. Two of the top tackles are Membu from Missouri, and then Will Campbell from LSU.
Yeah, be interesting. I'm looking at like this because Jeff Stoutland lost one of his right-hand guys because he's in New Orleans. Are you worried about that?
Am I worried about Stoutland going to
losing one of his guys? He's done like Stoutland University. He's with New Orleans with Kellen Moore.
I mean, as long as we have Stoutland, I'm good.
Okay.
I mean, I've heard friends with the Pryor family.
Okay.
And they just talk about Stoutland as a person and what his wife, what they mean to like the offensive line family. And that's not just the players. It's like their wives and girlfriends. They like Stoutland really makes that whole unit a family. So once you're inducted into the Stoutland family, like his wife is also part of that. They have this like dinner that they all go to, like a Sunday dinner type thing. Nice. I mean, it's a tight knit group, so
that's awesome.
I think if the Eagles got Tyler Booker and added him in the back end, it'd be interesting.
All
I
right.
think he'd be a plug and play. I mean, Josh Connolly from Oregon is getting some buzz. I mean, he got run over by Mike Green at Senior Bowl. Everyone keeps talking about that, but I think the Simmons kid from Ohio State is getting a lot of love. I know dealt with some injuries, and then Donovan Jackson from Ohio State is another second round guy that from Ohio that I would Ohio State that the Eagles have been sniffing around too.
Okay. Alrighty then. That's interesting.
Big bang.
What did you know about the C.J. Gardner-Johnson getting traded from the Eagles to the Texans? Leading that up, like, what have you heard?
It's funny because I was getting people could just call me with like really dumb, not dumb.
What's been people's conspiracy theories you've been getting in your DMs about it?
Well, I got a call when I was on a show one time, and someone was like, "Hey, I was on the shoot of Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's rap video, and he was going on about just like he wasn't. Some of the guys weren't upset with Saquon Barkley, but they were the fact that he got re-upped so fast. I don't know, guys like Sweat. This is what I heard.
Okay.
Was just like guys like Sweat. I know they wanted to stay, but like the fact that Saquon got re-upped so fast. But again, Chauncey did not have a season like Barkley.
Yeah.
No.
And prior to Barkley even getting paid, I was talking to, the crew, the 4th and Jawn crew, and I was just like, if Saquon's people aren't pushing for him to get more money, then it's your agent has to. I mean, it's the fact that they re-upped him soon.
Yeah,
that's what it's about. And the Eagles are ahead of the curve, and it wasn't a bad thing. I know he's salty about getting traded, but think about it. At his age, how many teams has he played for? Do you think that's Eagles twice?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's on a sports team, right?
Yeah, I've heard some things. I'm not some things I won't say, but I've heard some things.
He's on his 15 now.
He was rolling up in a Kia. This Kia got stolen in Philly.
I remember that. I remember that was his first year here. The Kia boys stole it.
He's been waiting for that to get paid for a while now. If teams are afraid to give you that kind of money, is there a reason why they're afraid to give you a long-term contract? Because you've showed the talent, and again, he's one of my favorite players, dating back to Florida.
Same too.
He was a first-round talent for me, but when he was sitting around there with the 5th round, I'm like, what the hell is wrong with Chauncey that he's not getting drafted? And here we are. How many years later? I'm sitting here. I mean, he's a dog.
Yeah,
he's a dog.
He's the most entertaining Eagle we've had in the past. I think say a couple years, anyways. In the back end
during the games, when there's timeouts and stuff that you don't see on TV, what he does to elevate the crowd.
Yeah,
and it's crazy. I call him the Joker, man. He's out there just dancing and just like in his own.
He's like Marshawn being Marshawn almost.
He's in his own movie. You know what I mean? It's like he's allowing you to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch the show.
So, Gayle, what's going on 4th and Jawn these days? I tune in occasionally because it's always popped up on my Facebook live feed. How's the crew been these days? I gotta ask.
Crew's great. We're just we're traveling. Last year was a movie. Going from just being in Brazil and watching that experience transpire.
How crazy was that, by the way?
It was insane to watch diehard Eagle fans from Brazil. Was like a pleasure. Like I met some guys who went to our tailgate and they started their own group down there. One of the guys that started it, that's why he started it. And he told me that he's like, you don't know this, but like, you're one of the reasons why we started our own group in Brazil. And we're at this club and it's like 2,000 Brazilians singing the fight song, places like lit up green.
Damn.
And I'm like, I've never seen anything like that before.
No.
But just the love for the Eagles, and the funny thing is, the favorite team of Brazil, NFL team, is the Packers.
That's wild.
Because of the
Dang.
colors. So that home game was more Packer fans there.
Dang.
That's wild. What was your favorite part besides the Brazil trip? What was the best road game this year anyways? I think the best one was the LA game. That was my first time out there for a game in my life, and that was hell of a time.
I mean, yeah, LA was nice. LA was a good trip. I'm not gonna lie. It was a good time. That the Barkley performance was out of this world.
Yep.
I think I went to the Bengals game. I drove to Cincinnati.
Oh my.
It was one of those things where it was a bucket list thing.
How'd you like Cincy? I went to the Eagle game in 2016 there, and that was like pretty bad. It was like the Bengals like felt to ask the Eagles, which I was miserable the whole time.
You know, when people were like, "Oh, you're gonna drive all the way there," you know, like we don't win out there. I'm like, bro, I'm out there. I'm gonna eat your food. We're gonna get this W, and then we're gonna get the hell out of Dodge. Got some chili. They just do some skyline chili thing.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had it?
Yeah, I've had it. Yeah, I lived out in Ohio. Remember, people forget that.
Right.
People forget I lived in Ohio, so I would usually hit up that game every year whenever the Eagles came in. I was like, I looked at it as like, we go and we get the hell out of here.
There's nothing to see after that. Like driving, the drive is
from Columbus to Cincy. It's the worst nothing drive of all time. It's the worst 2 hours of your time.
I had a lot of time on my hands to think. It was nice.
Yeah.
Election.
I mean, I'm glad that, you know, in the whole thing of, you know, us beating the Bengals and the whole, you know, Jalen Hurts not being elite, and like, I'm like, well, we won.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dominated.
I see that game was fun. I think the beating the Ravens in Baltimore for the first time, that was probably my favorite to watch the whole time.
Cooper DeJean flipping the king on his head. I mean, there's so many epic wins this season that, like, when you look back at it, it's, you know, it's crazy that they were doing what they were doing.
Yeah, I still think I texted this Duncan dad. I was at the LA game, and I was like, I flew back the next morning from San Diego. I stayed in San Diego because it was cheaper. Stayed in San Diego, flew back, and right after, I was like, I said this about SoFi. I was like, that puts every football stadium I've been to shame, and everyone needs to follow that, please. Almost.
Someone told me, like, what's the stadium like? I was like, imagine you die and you go to heaven, right? In their football stadium in heaven. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Damn. And it's not. Did you say it was not? You were at that game, right? Or did you skip that?
Yeah, it's my third time.
Okay. Would you say it was 90% Eagle fans?
Probably like 80.
Okay.
But we definitely.
I was trying to figure that out, anyways.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it was amazing. Just the last time I was in LA. Well, I mean, I went there. I've been in that stadium twice. The last game that I was there for was the Carson Wentz game where he got injured. Yeah. And being in that old Coliseum, and we took that one over. So every time we've gone, we've taken it over. So it's been, you know, but I feel like they're in a weird space, like as a fan base, because they have the Chargers fan base there now and the Rams fan, and it's like, whose house is what they say. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know whose house this is because we take it over.
The funnier part is I was driving up from San Diego. You can listen to the San Francisco 49er game. They have a radio affiliate in Los Angeles. You would never get that anywhere else.
I'm surprised there's going to be Eagles radio all across the world.
There should be. Like now the Cowboys have their like Compass Media Network. Like I'm amazed no one is like, why haven't we got the Eagles? Like have their like a national feed for the Eagles, like get someone to do it. You know how much money that'll make anyways? So
you know, the biggest thing I'm concerned about right now is Eagle fans losing their edge.
We've said that on the podcast, actually. That is a conversation we've had.
I ran into some Eagle fans recently, and I was very concerned where they were at mentally because they're like, I liked it better when we were losing. And I'm like, what did you just say?
Yeah.
He's like, all these new fans, I don't like them.
We said this on this podcast, so like Duncan and I have said that a few times.
Oh
Like
yes.
we
So
need to like we look at it as like you've not seen the shit we've seen.
No.
We may have to show them like a VCR and just like do that and like let's watch this.
Like we wear a pain like a badge of honor.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I don't like how they take on the moniker of we're the oppressed football fan, we're the oppressed Philly fan. I'm like, you're not. Like you've lived in success your entire life. There's a way to carry yourself about that. Like you don't have to be the a-hole from the 700 level like I was. That's not you. Don't try to be that. Don't try to recreate it. It's a new breed of this fan, but like you still have some traditions, some principles to stand on. But like there's no need to be hard, man. You don't have to be hard.
Yeah, it's weird because we throw these tailgates every week, and we get just thousands of people at our tailgates over the season, and it's like it gets wild out there.
It's
So
wild.
I'm like we'll get some opposing fans are like, are we gonna get beat up here? I'm like, you're good. I got
You're
you.
good, man. You're good.
I always say that to everybody. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
like I met some. I was in Dallas during the holidays this year. And I was wearing Eagle hat. I was like, I'm amazed you're doing that. I was like, dude, I'm not an a-hole. I'm not going to throw batteries at you. That's like 1994. It's 2024. Anyways, we've grown a little bit, you know.
And anyone interviewing anything about Eagles and they start off with Santa or batteries.
There it is.
I've actually went after one of the few media people who do that down here. I actually called him out. I was like, so you still like to go? I was like, yeah, you still do that. I was like, no, that's 1960. Were you born yet? Were you thought about yet?
No.
Did you like get that in your journalism school at Syracuse or Florida State or University of Florida? Come on.
Yeah, that's like as soon as they say that, it's one of those like, did you just use ChatGPT?
Yeah,
exactly. Things to
I'm
talk
at that
about.
point now. I just want to flick like media members now with a cigarette. I was like, you don't know shit, honestly.
It's all right. It's all right. Well, it's those kind of things. Then you're like, I see where you're at.
All right. Thanks for telling on yourself.
Do your research and you'll be okay.
Yeah, like I always say, like I'll show you around. Like if you don't want to, it's like if you want to go up the stereotypical thing, that's fine. But I'll show you around. And you'll have a good time anyway. So
we had Justin Pugh at our tailgate, and he was just like, he was trying to enjoy the Eagles experience. I'm like, yeah, you're good. You come to our tailgate, it's fine. You're like, you ain't gonna get no beef.
No.
I may say something like, you played for the Giants, so.
Oh, I heard he grew up an Eagle fan.
That's the thing. Like you played for the Giants and you hate, like Barstool wrote an article about it, how he hates Eagle fans. It's like, you grew up an Eagle fan. Just stop it, anyways.
I could tell he had that. He was trying to he wore a Rocky. He's like, how do I look? I have my Rocky T-shirt on. I was like,
you look like a tourist.
I was like, you could. I guess you could blend in.
What's his face said this? Brian Monroe. He's played punter for Miami Hurricanes. He's good friends with John Beeson. I'll say this. He's like, I would never, like John Beeson's like, he asked like, what game should I go to? I want to go to the Eagle game. I'm like, no, you don't go to the Eagle game. Beeson said that. I looked at like, you guys had a jail in the like, don't all stadiums have jails in their stadiums? Like I've had to confront him a few times. Like Brian Monroe, you really have know anything outside of South Florida, anyways.
I think you should experience every single stadium so you have like a stadium palette.
Yeah,
there's every stadium has their own vibe, and I feel like until you see all of them, you can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah. That's why I always tell Brian Monroe, I was like, you don't know shit, bud. But you only know thing you know is you're in the sweet box anyway, so stop it.
No, I mean it's like I have a couple more stadiums that I have to hit, and then I'll be.
What do you got left, anyways?
I got the Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago.
Chicago, you should probably get going too soon before they move out. I've been there twice, so
I wanted to go during the cold, but no one wanted to go with me.
You could ask me, but
okay. When it's
say the word, and I'll find some
10
time
degrees,
off.
And I'm in my North Face and goggle outfit. Don't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I still got the goggles. I actually found my ski goggles from the last cold game I went to. Actually,
I'll get out of there.
Yeah, I was going through my car. And I was like, I remember this is from the Buffalo game I wore a couple of years ago, and I was like,
those games build character.
They do, and
oh yeah, absolutely.
I always say this. It's like going to cold games is my favorite thing ever. And I look at the schedule for this year. It's like I want to do Green Bay. I wish Minnesota was outdoors because I would I'm so there if it snows. Like, give me that coldness. Like, I'm down to freeze to death a little bit.
49ers, I got to go see their stadium.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
That one I'm kind of scared for a little bit because I don't want to get my face jumped a little bit because I've set some stuff up. We've set some stuff up 49er fan on here anyways.
I still got Jacksonville and Miami.
If I'm still down here in South Florida, I'll help you out.
And I think that's it.
Jacksonville, I've been to. You're not missing much until they redo the whole thing anyways.
And what reason do you go to Jacksonville?
The Florida-Georgia game.
I have cousins there.
The world's largest cocktail party between Florida and Georgia.
Okay. Florida-Georgia game?
The Florida-Georgia game, that was wild, actually.
Okay.
I think I went in 2022. I think Jalen Carter was on the team that year.
Okay, sign me up.
Yeah. So, Gayle, what can everyone follow you? When do you guys record show this do the show live every week? Is it
We usually do it
or Wednesday?
And then we sprinkle in content, breaking news, emergency pods.
Okay.
And then we're at every single tailgate at home games. We travel the country. Shout out to Philly Sports Trips, so who sends us out if you're trying to book a trip with them. So I mean, we're around.
Definitely. I will say this. I will give you my stadium plans for the year when the schedule drops, and we will have an Upper Bowl pod in Fort and Jawn meet up finally at one of these games at least.
Hey, bring your pod to the tailgate, man.
We will. We
Throw
will
it down.
Bring it down. Settle shop.
We will set up shop. We'll bring the laptop and I'll bring the mics and we'll have fun anyways. We'll do it live on YouTube or something.
Do it live.
Gayle, thank you for coming on the pod. It's been too long. I will make sure to have you on during the football season this year again.
I appreciate you guys.
Thank you as always, Gayle.
Take care,
Gayle
bud.
Saunders from Fort and John. Thank you.
Appreciate you.